Now, one of the first internet search companies in the world, Yahoo, is looking to sell. CEO Marissa Mayer says the company is open to offers for its core business. Yahoo will also lay off about 15% of its 11,000 employees as it struggles to capture more than 2% of the worldwide search market. That's dominated by Google. Well, joining me now from Abu Dhabi is Richard Windsor. He's an analyst with Edison Investment Research. Richard, thank you very much for your time. Are you surprised then that Yahoo finds itself in this position? Is it a bit of a surprise for you?
Unfortunately not, no. My optimism on Yahoo has actually been in pretty steady decline for the last 18 months. And the reason is very simple, is when Marissa Mayer joined the company, she actually had a good vision in terms of what Yahoo needed to do, and she actually assembled the right assets to do it. The problem is a complete failure to actually execute on that vision. So with the company where it is today, potentially looking for a buyer and laying off 15% of the workforce, unfortunately, I'm not that surprised.
Is there any way out for Yahoo? What's the future looking like?
Well, I mean, they've drawn the line in the sand. I mean, they're cutting back on the assets, and they're focusing down on stuff that they think they can do well, like mail, like search, like Yahoo Finance, and they're only concentrating on those assets. The big question is it whether or not they can actually move that successfully into mobile. I mean, those assets work well in fixed today, but on mobile devices, still very, very little traction, and that will remain the key problem the company has to address.
Okay, I mean, you look at the market and we look at companies like Google and Facebook, they've thrived. I mean, it's been a really missed opportunity for Yahoo, hasn't it?
I'm afraid it has, yes. When I look at revenue monetization opportunity, just to give you an example, in the last quarter gone, if one would say, okay, let's take Yahoo's assets and benchmark them against Google or Facebook, then really Yahoo should be generating somewhere in the region of $4 billion of revenue from mobile devices every quarter. And unfortunately, in the last quarter, they generated 291 million.
Okay, Richard, thank you very much for your time. That's Richard Windsor from Edison Investment Research. Thank you for joining us here on TRT World.